Sup nerds, I'm Tom. This is going to be a quick video. So I recently picked up a few accessories for Sorcerer and I wanted to talk about them. Now also there are some new packs out for Sorcerer. We do have a video for that. If you want to, pump up your copy of Sorcerer, I'd recommend you get those first because more packs, more options, that's always great. But one of the new things for Sorcerer are these Egyptian battlefields, which have, of course, they have Egyptian art on them if you want new art, but they also have ongoing effects. So this one is whenever you play a minion, weaken. So at this particular battlefield, right? Whenever you play a minion here, you weaken it. This one has a maximum of 3 minions per side. And this one is whenever you play an attachment, gain 1 energy. None of those abilities are all that huge, right? They're not game-changing abilities. They just make it so, which battlefield you're going to go to, you have to think a little bit harder. Before it was, especially at the very beginning of the game, you're just like, well, I guess I'll go here in the middle so I can move, right? I guess, it didn't really matter. It mattered later on in the game when you were contesting and stuff, but now it makes each one a little bit more unique, a little bit more flavor. It's okay. Now, Sorcerer, one of the problems I had with Sorcerer initially is that there's a lot of text out there. Pretty much every single card has effects on it, so you have to keep track of all of that and read everything and all of your abilities. And we always play where people forget to use abilities and stuff because there's just so much stuff out there. It's very information dense, especially when you have a lot of creatures or minions or whatever at each location. So I'm not knocking these. These are totally fine if you want to amp up your Sorcerer game. Now, of course, you could just buy it for the art and ignore those abilities on there if you really wanted to. But I would say these are definitely for the true hardcore gamer that really, really wants extra stuff. Because for me, it just felt like more bookkeeping and more things to watch out for. That. And again, none of these are game changing. So it's yeah, these I could take or leave. I also got some new dice for Sorcerer. They have dice packs. They have... Now, it's good to have extra dice. I like having more dice that we were not constantly passing them around. That way everybody can have their own 7. But they do have these jumbo dice. So you can get dice that are the exact same, or you can get the jumbo. I got the jumbo dice, or bigger dice, whatever they call them, and I really like them. They're really cool. It's totally unnecessary for them to be that big. And you do get an extra D8, which is the exact same size. But I don't know. It felt like, especially because we mixed them together, and when we'd go to roll them, we'd be like, I'm going to roll the big dice this time. My attack is 4. I'm going to roll 2 big and 2 little and see what happens there. I just like having extra dice, so I recommend you guys get extra dice. And if you want to, get some jumbo dice. Or get 2 packs of the jumbo dice, get rid of the small ones, then you have the right number where, well, I guess if you're playing with 2 players at least, everybody can have their own dice, and they have the big dice. Woo! The last thing is I actually got an extra board. You can see I have here 5 boards. There were 4 in the base game. This one is exactly like the ones that you get. You have Egyptian side on one and regular on the other. And this is so you can play bigger Battle Royale games. I think the Battle Royales can go up to 6 player. And I've played the Battle Royale. I think I played it at 3. I don't know if I did a 4-player game of it yet. And I like it. I said in our initial review that I think that this game definitely shines as a 2-player game. You can definitely feel that it is supposed to be a duel. But the Battle Royale format works. And if you've got a lot of really, people who are into heavier games and you want to play a 6-player variant of this, sure, pick up 2 extra. Or if you just want to play a 5-player, whatever. But I would recommend getting that last. So with all the new Sorcerer stuff out there, I'd recommend getting the packs first. Then the extra dice, just for fun. And then the Egyptian playmat or battlefields if you really feel like you want to amp up your game or if you just want the art. And then extra player boards if you really feel like you want to play with that many players. If you want to do the Battle Royale format or whatever, that's completely up to you. That's that I could take or leave. This, I'm glad I have that option in my game, but so if any of what I was talking about here sounds interesting to you, I'm going to go ahead and put purchase links to all this stuff in the description box down below. Go ahead and get yourself some copies. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you'll never be bored.